What up, what up, what up? It's the Spinion! We back in full effect. We came at you a little bit faster than we usually do. That's because we got a lot of stuff to talk about. We got a lot of stuff to get off our chest. There's a lot of stuff going on that we feel like we need to put our opinion on, you know what I'm saying? And then have you comment, have you like, have you subscribe, and have you listen to what we saying, and then see what you have to feel about it. So everybody, welcome. I'm Ice Williams.
Rico.
And this is the Spinion!
Let's go.
Alright, let's jump right into it real quick. You know, I know, we all know the Patriots took their first loss.
Yeah,
They did.
it happened.
So the question is, because we're talking to probably their number top 10 fan.
Yeah, I'm up there.
He up there, okay. So, was it exposing the Patriots' weakness or just Lamar Jackson's greatness?
I'm gonna be respectful today.
Okay.
I'm gonna be respectful today. I am going to. Lamar Jackson is a great quarterback right now.
Facts.
He's a great quarterback. But if you watched last episode, I was very clear in my assessment of a Lamar Jackson. Sometimes narratives bother me more than the actual players bother me.
Okay.
And we're not gonna act like we've never seen Lamar Jackson.
Right.
That's what I don't like.
Right.
It's like, okay, yes,
I
know all
yeah.
the Patriot haters, but thank God he beat the Patriots, and that just put him in the pantheon
Right.
of all-time greats. But the reality of Lamar Jackson is that he's a running quarterback. He's
Right.
an athletic quarterback, and like I said, with those kind of quarterbacks, what's happening right now? I likened him to Colin Kaepernick last episode. The thing with Kaepernick that we have to remember is, because I talked about him, I was like, when it all came out the end, was he a great quarterback? No. But he took his team to the Super Bowl.
Right.
And there's a reason why. Mike Vick, first couple years in the league, they went, they go to the Super Bowl. They are incredibly successful because teams are not used to it.
Okay.
It takes them at 2 to 3 years to
Right.
get tape on you. This is that team's first time playing the Patriots.
Got you.
And one thing I have to say about the Patriots, I will accept that the Patriots definitely have weaknesses. Are not a perfect team.
Okay.
Usually never are.
Right.
Usually never are. But what we saw in that game was a very vanilla defense.
Okay.
Very vanilla offense. The Patriots decided, you know what? We're going to go straight at you. We're still in that game, but we might see the Baltimore Ravens later on in the playoffs.
Got you.
We aren't going to go.
So it's more of a bland type of situation.
Exactly, because
Okay.
there's no way to scheme against somebody you don't have tape on. It's
Okay.
like, we've all seen Lamar Jackson, but you don't know how he's going to play against your personnel. How is
Okay.
your personnel going to react to him?
Okay.
Then we all know, I'm sure, anybody that watched that game, we all have a feeling, even if you want the Patriots to lose, deep down in your soul, it's like, man, if they have to
So do
play
you
the
think
playoffs again,
they're going to meet again?
I don't really think so, because it's a lot of teams that have played Lamar Jackson before that are good teams.
Okay.
And if we've seen some of those games, they're not undefeated.
Right.
They've lost 2 times already.
Right.
And teams catch up to it.
Okay.
They catch up to it. Sometimes he's not a bad thrower at all.
Right.
But sometimes he has those games where he's just not very accurate. Things have to go well.
Right.
For him. And what we know about the playoffs is that sometimes, especially when you got high power offense and you try to push that button and you think it's going to be there,
Right.
and it's just not. You get to the Super Bowl and it's the New England Patriots and the Rams,
Okay.
and we thinking it's going to be a 40-point shootout,
Yeah.
and it's a field goal game, and that's just how the playoffs work. So,
I think
kudos
they
to
have
the Ravens, though.
in place the Ravens. Harbaugh got the championship pedigree as far as a coach. I think they have the personnel in order to make some waves. I don't know if they're going to play the Patriots again, but I think their scheme is set up because
But you got to play the Patriots to win the Super Bowl.
I'm saying as far as to make it there. I don't know if they're going to get to that point.
Yeah,
But I'm saying I think Lamar Jackson is going to be different because I think his will to want to be great is going to be different.
And that's
I'm
what
not saying right now. I'm saying down the road.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's going to be a better passer.
Absolutely, down the road.
He made clutch throws.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Down the road,
and
he's
that shows his
different.
potential. Yes, I think
He's
he's different. And then that one move near the end where they went to that end around and he made a play out of no play.
Right.
That's a playoff type of play.
Absolutely, but I gotta say this, and I know Lamar Jackson fans and everybody ready for the second come. I gotta say this. It's just the reality of that kind of quarterback in the NFL. If he doesn't develop the level of IQ that Russell Wilson has of when to do it and when not to do it, he's gonna get injured.
Absolutely.
Okay? He won't. We projecting these things down the road, but he won't make it down the road.
Right.
You know, you can't. Let's not even forget about RG3 and what he was doing to the league, tearing the league up until quarterback sneak. Tore his knee up. Hope that doesn't happen to Lamar Jackson.
The thing about it, though, and that's what I'm pointing out. I think he knows that, though. You know what I'm saying? I think he's finally taking on the head like these quarterbacks didn't make it that way.
He's running like a running back.
He's running like a running back right now for their scheme.
Okay? Exactly.
So it's going to be it's up to the scheme as far as saving his body.
Exactly, but they putting it. That's the one thing I hate about when it's the running quarterback, because those coaches know they have a short window, so they put it on the line. Like they're trying to win right now, so kudos to that. But
because even somebody as big as Cam Newton, now Cam Newton has played a lot in this league. So he's able to withstand some hits, but now it's all absolutely.
And when the playoffs get here, I understand. Football regular season is way more important than basketball. But you have to understand when those playoffs get here, those guys hit different.
Well, they hit different, and the weather is different.
The weather is different.
Yeah.
It gets colder.
Absolutely.
That's why the offense is usually sputter out.
But did you see anything exposed by the Patriots that gives you a little trepidation?
Well, just the things we had already saw coming. The offensive line isn't very good.
Okay.
The receiving core, I won't say it's not very good. We have N'Keal Harry coming back. You got Sanu. At least we got to see that start to develop. We know that'll come along. I said one of my predictions as the season first started, when we started losing players on the offensive line, let's give Skarnecki till the bye week, till half of the season, and when they come out, week 10, let's make an assessment of what our offensive line is. Because the same thing happened last year. It was a bad offensive line until mid-season.
Right. All right. See, he's one of the top fans, because I don't know Skarnecki. Really?
That's the offensive line.
He knows it, because that's the you know what I'm saying? So here we go. Contenders or pretenders in the NFL. We're going to go over it quick so we can move right along. Dallas, you hate them, but are they a contender?
Dallas is a contender.
Dallas is a contender.
They're a contender. That's the bad part about Dallas.
Right.
So it's like, they are a real contender, but they will break.
I think Dallas is a contender, but I think this game right now that they play the Vikings this week. I think the Vikings could possibly be a contender.
Absolutely.
Because they run the ball well. Cousins is a different type of quarterback where you pick your poison. He's going to be really great one Sunday, or he's going to be really bad. He's no in between. But if he's really great, they're going to have something to deal with.
Dallas is going to break your heart in the end. So, but yeah, they'll contend. That's how they can break your heart.
The Eagles.
I'm gonna say a contender. You can never really count out the Eagles. We have to accept that.
Okay.
They have the talent. Is there? They have the personnel to do what they have to do.
Right.
The Eagles can come out of nowhere, and the reality of their division is average.
Buffalo.
Not a contender.
Not a contender. They're a pretender.
Pretender.
What about the?
Just the offense, just not good.
The offense is not good enough. They got a pretty good defense. They're a pretender. Yeah. Sorry, Buffalo, but you up and coming. And we'll say they're up and coming, but not this year. This ain't it. And
they need a quarterback.
They ain't gonna be in that sweepstakes, but it is what it is. So those are three that we're seeing. What about the Packers? They got exposed last week too.
But we called it.
Right.
The Packers were going to get exposed.
Right. So are they a contender?
They're definitely a contender. We're not going to count out Aaron Rodgers' greatness. They have the personnel they need. They have a real defense this year. But football is hard, and you're not going to win every week.
You're not going to win every week. All right. Well, I don't know. You got to ask the 49ers. What we doing?
The 49ers
this
are
is the
a
week.
contender.
They got Seattle this week.
The 49ers are a contender, but let's just a small. I got a small rant.
We still got to see
about the 49ers. Now it's incredible that the Patriots play these teams, and whenever Patriots beat somebody, people love this. They haven't played anybody. Listen,
they ain't played nobody.
The Raiders beat. The 49ers beat a bad team by 3 points,
right?
And all of a sudden it's like they ready. Here they are.
That is because of the football, the rigorous schedule, the Thursday game.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. They played them fairly even. If they lost that game, then we would be saying something different.
I just think
they
definitely
have,
like I said about 2 episodes ago, they have a formula that can get them there, because now with Emmanuel Sanders. First, I didn't think so because they didn't have a receiver. But Emmanuel Sanders, he's not upper echelon league, but he's still elite.
Yeah, they definitely needed him. They
Yeah.
needed some help on the receiving core. But there are teams that will give them a run for their money.
Okay.
They are not. They are not.
You heard it here.
They are my sleeper pick.
Okay.
But listen, come on.
Last NFL topic. Kev, I kind of want to talk about it, but it needs to be talked about. Russell Wilson has been absolutely great this year.
He's been great. He deserves it. He held. He got that. He didn't hold out, but he made sure that they knew he wanted to get paid.
But he ain't got the offensive line. His receivers are, you wouldn't pick none of them for your fantasy squad.
This is a time where he's coming into his prime.
Okay.
And all of those things are necessary. It's almost like, not that they're the same, but the trajectory, kind of like the Brady's trajectory, where at first the defense is carrying you,
right.
but you develop that confidence, and then eventually, because you get paid, other things fall off, and you have to.
Can we say he's probably the smartest running quarterback with his
absolutely,
getting out of bounds,
absolutely, because
and only running when necessary.
What he will do is he will wait till high leverage moments. He will only do it in high leverage moments.
Yeah.
He's a great quarterback.
I don't want to talk about it because usually when you talk about a player, then that next week they end up,
That's how football is.
Right.
That's how football
they
is.
go keying on it.
But the reality of the Seahawks, and we can't lose sight of it. The reality of the Seahawks is that they're a middle of the road team. Yes, they're playing great. Russell Wilson is playing great, but nobody's picking them to win the Super Bowl, and that's still the reality.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's great, but
All right, moving on to college football. We want to talk about the playoff series just came out. The top 4 teams in the playoffs. Number 1 was Ohio State. Number 2, LSU. 3, Alabama. And 4 was Penn State.
Ohio State.
Now, this is the first week of the playoffs, so don't mind get excited. Then you also got Alabama and LSU playing this week.
Then you know if LSU lose, they not gonna put them in.
Now, that's the question. I really believe this is what I think. If only way LSU, because of LSU's schedule, if they lose one, I still think they get a chance to get back in. But if dominoes gotta fall a different way.
I mean,
because
they gonna have to make somebody else
Ohio
lose.
State plays Penn State too. So one of these 4 are going to cancel each other out. It's only going to be 2 that survive this first 4.
That's true. And that's one of the unfair. We talked about that rating system. That's one of the unfair things about that system. Because if you lose early, you'll be fine.
Right.
You lose late,
but you got LSU's already played Texas. They played Auburn, they played Florida, and they played Alabama. So their schedule is indicative of Mike being able to sneak back in through the. Because I remember one year Alabama lost, didn't get to the SEC championship, and then they ended up still getting in.
Difference. It was Alabama.
LSU has a tradition.
But LSU tradition ain't Alabama.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's not LSU.
Well, this year I think if Alabama loses this game, they're out.
They're out. But Alabama's not gonna lose.
Okay. He believes. Hey, I think if LSU, this is me. That's my take on it. If this is LSU's best chance to beat Alabama, their defense is not as strong. Offensively, they're still potent, but Tua's coming back from an injury or whatever. But this is if they're going to do it, they better do it. But only problem is they're playing at Alabama. But this is their best chance. Alabama's my favorite team, so I'm not. But I'm just saying, if this is their best chance, I got to be real. They're vulnerable. They're vulnerable in the secondary, and Joe Burrow has been looking pretty good as far as being accurate, and their run game has been solid. But it always seems to get stymied against Nick Saban. Absolutely,
it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
we haven't been wrong too much this year.
Right,
we've been following. We said LSU was gonna be here until now.
Okay,
they're gonna be here until now.
It's worth watching.
And all of the teams that are right around that playoff picture. See, if Georgia goes undefeated for the rest of the season, if Clemson goes undefeated for the rest of the season, they are going to leapfrog LSU. Because they lost early.
Well, see, but here goes the thing, though. If Georgia gets into the SEC title game against Alabama and they lose again, they're out because that'll be 2 losses. And then LSU with that 1 loss can sneak right back in because of their schedule. That's all I'm saying. If you look at it, how the dominoes fall, if Georgia had not lost, they're going to get an SEC title game because they just beat Florida. But now they already got 1 loss, and it's against South Carolina, who has a losing record. So they're not getting back in unless they win the SEC title game. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying if they play Alabama, and I think Alabama's going to beat Georgia this year in the SEC title game, LSU might sneak in as that 4th seed. I'm just saying because of their schedule. Nobody's played the schedule. That's why LSU's up there now. Yeah.
We'll see.
I think Ohio State is a shoe-in. All they got to do is win out. I said that about Oklahoma, and they didn't win out, and now they're out of the picture. Yeah. They're far back, but I think they're out of the picture. Clemson got to win out. I think they're going to sneak in because, once again, Ohio State plays Penn State, LSU plays Alabama. They cancel us out.
It's going to sneak in. Pretty much be who we said it was going to be.
Hey, but it made it interesting. That's all I wanted it to be. It was interesting enough for me to watch. It wasn't for me to watch. Like, I think Ohio State is going to blow through. I think Ohio State is going to win it all. And like I said, I'm an Alabama fan. I just think they don't have no weaknesses in any situation. And I think what hurts Nick Saban's defense is more is a running quarterback. Yeah. And that option is just, and Justin Fields is special. So let's move on to college hoops. College hoops just started. We seen Kentucky play Michigan State. We seen Duke play Kansas. It was not a foreshadowing of what things to come because of the basketball tournament or whatever. The tournament always sheds light on new different things. Teams will get better along the year, but it was good to see
always.
basketball.
That's one of the best things about the beginning of the season. Right. That Maui Invitational, all of those other great tournaments.
And one game doesn't cost everything.
They always play the good team. So the beginning of the college basketball season is always
top 5 teams. We're doing a top 5. Here we go.
Kentucky. Duke, Michigan State, North Carolina, and Kansas.
I got Kentucky, Michigan State, Kansas, Gonzaga, and Louisville. I think Duke is good, and they're my boys, but I don't think we're as good this year. I don't think we have that star quality, and we're going to have to be great defensively in order for us to win some games. Now, I know we beat Kansas, but I just think down the road, Kansas is going to end up being a better team. Kentucky is who Kentucky is, and I think every time that Calipari and them gets a special team, it's because they have the mixture of freshmen in upperclassmen. Yeah. And not all of them leave.
Well, and then sometimes I like Calipari recruits all of the best players. But you listen, dude, you gonna have to start recruiting some people who can shoot the basketball.
Well, people can shoot the basketball, and people like a 3-star that's gonna stay for a little bit. That's when his teams have been
that can shoot. I don't even like. He picks. He only recruits
scorers.
But just the athletes. Yeah. Like, and you get them, and that's why you recruit a lot of those guys because in high school they averaging 30 and 15 because they're the best athletes on the floor. Right. Then you watch the teams play, and none of his players can shoot. Right. They put a zone on them and they can't.
Michigan State doesn't play zone. I would have went zone on that situation when they played them. Michigan State's got Cassius Winston. I think they're going to be there in the end.
Absolutely. To me, that game had everything to do with, and this is one of the things when those rankings come out, and you find out, a team in their mindset. Mm-hmm. Michigan State can't be number one. Right. They don't. That's not how they operate.
Absolutely. Somebody said it. That's great.
That's not them being number one. I should have put money on that game because that game was a guaranteed loss. Because they always under the radar.
Down the road, they'll upstream at the right time and they'll be ready come tournament time. Same as
when we're not picking them.
When we're not picking them, absolutely. But they got all the tools. They got the size. The Big Ten is going to be tough this year because I seen Ohio State against Cincinnati. Ohio State looks pretty good this year. They look a lot better. Michigan's going to be okay because they got Howard. Some sleeper teams.
My sleeper team is Memphis. Man, that freshman they got down there, and just shout out Penny Hardaway now.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like he came up from, I think he went middle school, high school, college,
and he in the NBA, he didn't even have to do that.
He didn't have to do that for his homeboy. I remember watching that documentary. Just a great story. He's here now.
Yes, he is.
He's here now, and they're dangerous. Starting 5 freshmen, right?
Right.
Dangerous. Let's look out for them at the beginning of the year, playing with a whole lot of energy, and then towards the end of the year, they have just really good coaching.
They got to be able to survive the conference grind. The conference grind when you get film on everybody like you alluded in football, but in basketball, when you play your conference team, it's a grind because they know your weaknesses, they know your strengths, and so you got to still be able to score. And I think he has the players this year that can get through that.
One thing I like about just the approach of Penny Hardaway, and the fact that he doesn't have to even think about things like this, but he gets those guys just feeling like it's them against the world. He antagonizes the situation. Good. So they will play with a lot of energy and scratch.
Couple sleepers for you. Florida, they got the Blackshear kid from Virginia Tech, who's about 6'10". They needed that size to help them out. They always want to be stout defensively, and they can shoot the ball.
A sleeper?
Yeah, as far as for the title.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like they
Villanova. They every other year He finds his way because he always ends up having great guard play. And I believe guards run the world. You know what I'm saying? And then you got Arizona. They're coming back into the fold. They're always going to be defensively tough. They got a freshman point guard that everybody needs to be really ready for. Nick Mannion. He's nice. He's somebody. He's a sleeper to us over in the East Coast, but in the West Coast, they know exactly who he is. Now let's move on to our favorite sport. Mutually agreed that it's the NBA.
Yes, sir.
All right. This segment is called Put Up or Shut Up. These are players this year that need to put up, or shut up. And just go on in. You probably got your max deal. You talking all this mess about, like for me, one, Karl Anthony Towns. It's time for you to put up or shut up. Make the playoffs. You just got into I guess it was a wrestling match. Or a hugging match.
I'll say something. You say it was something first, and then I'll say something.
I don't know what it was, but I mean, it wasn't worth it. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you got to put up and get in the playoffs. Make yourself known. Everybody talking about how good you are, and you got all these great stats, but they regular season stats, and you know superstars are made where? In the playoffs.
The crazy thing about it though, he was like, all right, now is the time, like my team losing, like I'm gonna have this fight, right? Then Ben Simmons jumps him on the back and he hits the ground because he's frustrated because literally MB and all the security are like piled on top of him like they going for a fumble, and he hits the ground out of frustration. And it goes viral. Right. Saying he tapped out. So now he still looks off.
Okay, give me one. Need to put up or shut up.
Man, put up or shut up.
It's on the tip of your tongue. I know you want to say him.
Ben Simmons need to put up.
Ben Simmons need to put up or shut up.
Ben Simmons need to put the ball up.
He's so inconsistent.
It ain't even just the inconsistent, bruh. We watched videos. We talked about it. We seen him shoot the jump shots in the videos. We've seen it all. He shot a three-pointer in the preseason. We are almost 10 games into the season.
And he hasn't shot one. Yeah.
Has he shot one?
Right.
Even Embiid didn't play, and he still did he pull? Is he pulling up for any pull-up jumpers at all?
He needs to put up or shut up.
No, absolutely not. He needs to put up.
Because even if you call him like the Draymond Green of their team, Draymond Green still shot the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the team guy, the glue guy, the guy that gets everybody involved. Even if he's that, he's got to be a threat from the outside.
Draymond, Kerr have to tell him to stop shooting.
Right, you know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, if you want to be that type of guy on your team.
Man, this dude, bruh, got to either play the whole game of basketball or shut up.
Okay. But another put up or shut up for me, James Harden and Russell Westbrook. It's time. You know what I'm saying? You put your team together. What I've seen so far, I have not liked. Listen, man, I know there's a bunch of people out here. You put him on your top 5.
Yeah, I still won't put him on my top 5.
Hate for basketball players and basketball lovers, you cannot like watching him.
But I didn't say I like
this dude takes 36 to 38 shots a game. He's so inefficient. He's a cancer to any offense because he's like, what are you doing?
It's like I said, though, he wouldn't be a cancer to he would with Russell Westbrook, one of them would be a cancer. But he wouldn't be a cancer to an offense if they had themselves a point guard who could distribute the ball and limit
Will he let them?
No, he will not. But that's on that team. That's on that team.
Mike D'Antoni, you can't be so stubborn as to think your job is on the line, bro. They didn't extend your contract.
Oh, it's over.
And y'all not gonna win it, man. You be up by 15, he can shoot you in and out of the game. I was being hopeful, but what I've seen so far, like there's one game, this brother shot 2 for 18 from 3.
Yeah.
Where you get that from? Who calls the timeout? Say, James, put it up, man. Go to this basket.
This who the Houston Rockets.
I don't necessarily think they need a point guard. I just think they need a guy with a strong enough influence to say, hey, man,
but
get to the basket.
You can't now. But sometimes you can hear from what players say, oh, they don't get it. And when in the offseason, before the season started, and he started complaining about not winning the MVP last year, and gave it, I think he put up some kind of post or a tweet or something with his stats or whatever. When a guy get these kind of stats, they don't win MVP. I'm like, oh, you still don't get it.
Yeah.
You don't get it at all. Like, that's not what you did.
And I'm seeing now that players know how to guard him. Now, he's scoring all these points, but they're just like, I'm just going to put a hand up because you're going to take a back shot.
Exactly.
You're going to take a back
It's kind of like what we were talking about with Lamar Jackson or even with Patrick Mahomes last year with Golden State Warriors. Sometimes that offense overwhelms people.
Right.
Like, oh my God, they're making all these points. But then they figure out, wait a minute, Simple math. Like, he's only going to shoot a certain percentage. As long as I don't foul him and put him on the line 22 times, who cares if he drops 40? You know what I mean? Like, let's just play basketball. Let's just keep
the
playing.
other part is let him get his 40.
Exactly.
Nobody else is getting it.
He's playing no matter what he does.
And so people get lauded by these points that he scores against other teams, but they're not contenders. He doesn't score that against contenders. Yeah, he has 39 against the Washington. He has 59 against the Washington Wizards. Who they got on their team?
Well, I mean, he'll give anybody, but
they gave up 158 points.
Yeah, because he don't play D, and neither does D'Antoni. D'Antoni is a.
I think they told Russell to stop playing D.
Nah, they ain't tell Russell to stop playing D. It's what I found out about Russell in just the last couple years that he been playing on OKC, averaging triple doubles, is because people are like, oh, he plays so hard, he always gives 100% effort. Yeah, on offense. Yes, on rebounding.
Right.
Yes, on things that produce stats. Russ will get roasted on deep. He just plays with a lot of energy, so it looks like he's playing defense. But he's not right. He's not connected to the team.
Right.
Like, he's just playing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's gonna be one of the league leaders.
And a lot of his rebounds come
by
by other players boxing out.
And going to get it. And being out of position, like not boxing out on your first rebound, like you run off or you know.
But you can see, I've never seen it so vaguely or so clearly. The contrasting styles. Russell gets it, he's gone. Because he knows if he slows it up, he got to throw it back to James and get in the corner or on a wing or something. He's like, man, I can't score like that.
It's what we said.
Chris Paul should have adopted that philosophy by getting the rebound and just going and leaving.
Well, Chris Paul James Harden.
If Westbrook gets the rebound, he's going hard. James Harden is not running lane.
Exactly. But Chris Paul just didn't play.
They gotta make some adjustments. Somebody's gotta see that.
No, there will be no adjustments. Listen, man, the NBA Finals were on the line, and Chris Paul was begging this man to just cut back door.
All days.
Can you please but you know what? Just spot up at the 3-point line, and James Harden refused. And that's why when everybody was just putting Chris Paul's head on the guillotine because they wanted to just, let him be the scapegoat, I was arguing with people like, no, listen, man, Chris Paul, he was right in what he was asking James Harden to do. We can't win like this. And James Harden was like, I don't care. I'll stay up here by this half court line. Y'all get him out of here in the off season. I know what we need to do to win. They're gonna be a okay regular season team. It's turning out like they're really
still early.
Up and down.
Yeah, they're going to be very inconsistent because of the way they shoot.
But when you see, those, oh my God, like 150 points that they're giving up, it's just like.
I would love to play the Rockets if I was opposing team because I'm going to get mine.
I mean, it's beyond as bad as I thought it would be. I didn't think it would be this bad. The
first game of the season they played Milwaukee. Milwaukee was down by.
And they was already
came back and won.
Yeah, I didn't think it would be
without Giannis in the game for the last 6 minutes.
They look terrible on defense.
Anybody else to put up or shut up?
Man, I feel like Jimmy Butler needs to put up or shut up. It's not that he's not putting up, but he chose to leave
offbeat path to go to Miami.
Now I feel like he's just came back and he was with his daughter. I feel like he is putting up, and Miami is definitely looking like a sleeper team. They scrappy out there.
So putting up for him is getting to the playoffs or getting further along.
At least winning one round in the playoffs. He can't get put out the first round of the playoffs.
Okay.
Because the way he wants people to view him and everything, he needs to be what he has been since he came back, but he needs to continue moving in that direction.
Okay. Final question. Golden State, are we tanking or are we gonna stay with it?
I don't know if y'all can see my eyes right now, but I'm glaring at the camera because I'm very upset. Very upset with the Golden State Warriors trying to duck this asshole. I'm very upset. Yeah. It's time. No. Now we ready to meet the bully outside and shoot the fair one.
Right.
But the bully ain't got all his boys with him, so he gonna take the back way home. He gonna take the back way home. Now everybody Steph Curry want to hurt him, but he wanted to hurt his wrist.
Right.
He don't want that. And
they don't want that smoke.
And let's not forget when he hurt his wrist, they were losing by 30. They were losing by 39. Don't try to send everybody now and try to act like, oh, we just waiting the next year. Nah. If it mattered when you were winning, then it mattered when you losing. Come get this. Come and get it. Stop running.
Right.
I don't want to hear nothing about Golden State next year. I don't want to hear nothing about what they're gonna do next year. All the other teams could have been saying, "Oh, this will we just next year is fine. Let's just do next year." But that ain't what how Golden State treated it. Y'all, they were shimmy, all of that. Nah, come get this shimmies, Steph. Come get these shimmies.
Right.
It's time for us to shimmy on Curry. You know what I'm saying? No, come and get it. But nah, he out for 3 months.
Right.
Now Draymond got his ligament. Now literally on ESPN and The Athletic and all of these other media outlets, we talking about next year Warriors. Wow.
That's bad.
I can't believe. I wish y'all would have talked about next year when LeBron was losing.
Right.
But that ain't what they did. Y'all ain't go, oh, well, it's okay, because next year, that ain't what nobody said. Y'all said washed King. All right, well, washed Warriors. Come catch this fade. Don't run. By the time it's December, I want y'all behinds in y'all jerseys getting beat by 20 like you deserve.
Yeah.
No. The GM didn't make the moves he needed to make.
Right.
Y'all decided to just have a fire sale for your team just because Durant left.
Right.
That just shows.
Well,
y'all
you put all your money into
confidence.
them guys that ain't even playing.
But why not bring back your team?
Right.
The only person that was leaving was Durant.
Right.
Y'all didn't have to not bring back any of your team.
Right.
Y'all made the moves y'all made. Y'all put the people in the jerseys. Y'all put in y'all jerseys. This season matters. I don't want to hear nothing about what y'all gonna do next
I
year.
totally agree, man. I don't like the way Draymond's going out. That doesn't seem to be his MO. Like, what are you doing, man? Somebody got into your ear or something like that. That ain't the way you do it, man. But once again, this was the Spinion. Wasn't it exciting? Comment, like, subscribe. Let us know how you feel. Let us know what you think. Spinion coming at you, man. We thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode. It's the Spinion!